guys, it's Di from BeingMommywithStyle, and I wanted to do a quick video about looking forwards to 2016. So I am looking forwards to 2016. It's a few days before the new year today, and I wanted to kind of reflect on 2015 a little bit, and also maybe give you some sort of idea of what's coming up for 2016. So first of all, I want to preface this video by saying my channel's not gonna like totally change and like become some other channel. And I think I've talked about this in other videos where for me personally, you know, the whole like rebranding, becoming a totally different person really doesn't work for me on YouTube. So you're gonna see Being Mommy with Style going forwards, and you're just kind of see the 2016 version of us. So whatever we decide to do. Video wise, I don't have a solid idea of what I am going to be doing. I think that it's going to entail some day in the lives. We'll probably throw some grocery hauls in there. I still enjoy doing the planner videos, but I would like to try some new types of videos as well. And what those are all going to be, I don't know. I do know that the girls are very into the American Girl stuff, and we've already talked about a couple different ideas to do with that. So again, if that is not your cup of tea, just skip over those and wait for a day in the life video. So we're just gonna be trying to spice things up and move forwards. We're also gonna be doing I'm gonna be doing a KonMari 2.0, checking in on KonMari, where I'm at, and I'm gonna be going back through everything with the new house in mind. We've been in our new house for 6 months. I feel like I have a good feel for the space now. I have a good feel for what is bringing us joy in this new house, and I'm ready to do it all over again. So not to say it didn't work the first time, but because our lives have changed so drastically since I did it the first time, I'm going to be reassessing all the different categories, starting with clothing and going back through and finding those joy sparkers in our current situation. So basically I'm going to be calling it KonMari 2.0 because I'm just doing it again. Also, you may see a shift in attitude from me sometimes, and I'm hoping it will be a positive thing. I don't want it to be a negative thing. Obviously, I try to be a generally cheery, positive person. However, 2015 really made me realize some things. 2015 was a rough year. I'm not gonna lie, it was a really rough year. So, kind of keeping that in mind, I would like to do some things for myself in 2016, and I definitely want to say to start out, that doesn't mean I'm really like shirking my motherly responsibilities and all that kind of thing. So when I use words like selfish, I want you to take them like at face value. I don't want you to like, you know, read into it and you know, I'm still going to be like feeding the girls 3 square meals a day, and they're going to get all the attention that they need, and I try to, you know, wear all the different hats. But 2015 was a really rough year. We had a lot of interpersonal family drama going on in the background, as tends to be the case with my family, because I know a lot of you watch, which I'm not going to talk about because it is, number one, not my story to tell, and number two, I was brought up in a family where you don't air your dirty laundry, so to speak. So those tough parts of life, especially if they are not my firsthand story, if it's just something that is going on with other people in my family and is affecting me indirectly, it's not my story to tell. So although I haven't talked about them on my channel, it still is stress for me. It still is something for me to worry about, and it's still something that has kind of, to be completely honest, don't feel bad if you're in my family, but it's been a weight this year. It has been a weight. So I'm hoping that 2016 will be kind of free of some of that, and I'm just gonna leave that like that. That's all I want to say. The big thing for me, just personally, if I'm just talking about me in this video, no one else, not the girls, not any, you know, 3-4 layers out, is 2015, I really had the realization that no one is going to put that mask on me. I am the only person that can really truly put myself first. Unfortunately, a number of times this year, in a lot of various situations, there's no one major thing that happened. It just seemed to be a running theme this year. A lot of times this year, I just felt used, quite frankly. I felt unappreciated, and I felt, devalued. I don't really know all the words to say, but there was a lot of situations this year that not necessarily took me by surprise, but really kind of made me wake up and see, if I don't put myself first, no one is going to. And it's not their fault. Everyone's basic purpose or self-interest is themselves first, and I definitely try to be one of those types of people that I try to help people when I can, and I obviously try to go out of my way to make things fun for my kids and do extra things and blah 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 blah. But at the end of the day, if I don't put my oxygen mask on first, everyone else is going to suffer. So you're going to see a little bit of selfishness this next year, and I'm going to say it that way. It's going to be selfishness, but it's going to be for a good reason. Because if I don't, no one else is going to put me first. So that being said, I'm sorry if this is like extremely vague, but I've got to take more time out for myself. I've got to include more activities that are just for me. I've got to be able to sit down on the couch and not feel guilty about it, because living life where you are constantly doing things for other people is not a bad thing, but if you don't include yourself in that occasionally, it will just tear you to pieces. It honestly will. So there are going to be times this year I'm going to have to say no. There are going to be times this year where I'm going to have to just come across as selfish, and I hope that people will understand. And if they don't, I'm just going to have to be accepting of that. So anyways, some of the things I'm looking forward to adding back in is I'm back into Zumba classes over here. I'm going to start doing yoga again, but it's not just like a doing like classes for myself type of thing. It's like an overall, I think, kind of mentality, because too many times in 2015, I felt like I went on a limb to help people with XYZ, and really kind of came back feeling like no one would do that for me, and no one cared about me in the way that I cared about other people. And so that was really kind of the wake-up call where I said, I have got to start doing this for myself, because no one else is going to do it. I'm sorry if that comes across very harsh. I feel like this is like totally like, you know, way out the left field from what I'm usually like, but I feel like I have to make that change in 2016 because I can't keep going on the way that I was going. So we'll see if it sticks, basically. But 2015 started out rough. I mean, it basically started out with the situation. I'm not going to go into specifics. Obviously, if you watch my videos all year long, you're probably going to know what I'm talking about. If you didn't, you can probably go back and watch the vlog starting in January and figure out what I'm talking about. But 2015 started out with an event where I immediately felt used, and then that theme just carried on throughout the whole year. So it is what it is. I don't hold any grudges or like, you know, I'm not like, argh. But it was honestly just a wake-up call. It really showed me that if I don't have my self-interest at heart, I really feel like no one else is going to. As far as filming, I mean, all that may be different for you guys is you just may occasionally see like me being selfish. I don't really know how else to explain it. Like I may just sit down and paint my nails, and that's going to be what I do. But I have to have those moments because I think that's just part of being you. You can't always put everyone else first, is all I'm saying. One thing that I am going to be doing, and I have a total like review on this that I filmed forever and a day ago, but I haven't got around to editing it. I'm going to be using this happiness planner in addition to my Erin Condren planner, which I have really enjoyed. This is my new cover for it, and I have really enjoyed doing this planner stuff. So one thing you may see in my videos is I'm going to do videos that I enjoy, and that's just what I'm going to do. So the happiness planner, why I'm going to be using this in addition to this, because this is like a daily planner, like keep track of my schedule, know where I'm going, know when we have appointments type of thing. This happiness planner is really more for me. And I did get sent this by the company. I didn't have to review it or anything. They just wanted to send it to me. But honestly, it came at a great time. Because this just basically focuses on you. And I felt like this was going to be a great like compilation for what my goal for myself was this year, which was basically to focus on myself, which sounds horribly selfish, but it is what it is. So the happiness planner, instead of like having your schedule, it's almost like a reflection journal. You can have some things coming up in here, but you can reflect on your day previous to it, and you can also reflect on it afterwards. So what I mean previous to do is you can say, today I'm excited about, and what the main focus for the day is going to be. You can have your schedule in there, and to-dos, meals, exercises, notes about the day. But then it also has the reflections, the good things about the day, and what you hope for tomorrow. So I've got to take more time to just be introspective, and I used to be a lot more introspective, I think, like when I had more time on my hands. Let's face it, as moms, we don't have a lot of time. You literally have no idea how much time in the world you have until you have a child, and you have to devote pretty much all of your time to taking care of them, which is not a bad purpose in life, and it's not a bad service, it's not a bad thing, but you don't realize how much free time you no longer have until you have a different situation that you're being put in. So anyways, I've got to build in some free time, basically. I've got to just add some in. My girls have gotten older now, so we're now at a point where I can kind of do that. And I hopefully see that being came with paper clips. I hopefully see that being a positive thing. So anyways, for 2016, what you're probably going to see more of that you've already seen: planner videos, grocery hauls, day in the lives, reviews, hauls. We still like Gymboree, we still like Fab Kids, we still like American Girl, we still like all of those fun things. So you'll see hauls and videos to do with those. Some toy videos here and there. If it's not your cup of tea, just skip over it, wait for the next one. We enjoy doing the toy videos. We just do. The toy reviews, I know a lot of people that are subscribed don't get them, but there is a much larger base that watches those after you guys are done with them. So a lot of times if a video doesn't make sense to you, doesn't necessarily mean that there's not a larger base out there that is seeking those out and watching those. Hopefully that makes sense. So a lot of times I try to play to my base. I try to really focus on what my subscribers are going to enjoy watching and what I know is kind of targeted directly to my subscribers. But the bottom line is that the larger overlapping videos that will reach some of your subscribers but then also draw in a larger audience, that's how people find you and then become subscribers and then keep watching you. So things like the Disney videos, we have some Disney trips planned. Those are always videos like the way that people find me. Toy reviews are another way that people find me. It just is. And then, you know, day in the lives really seem to be not necessarily how people find me, but then it seems to be what they stick around for, which is the interesting part. So people find me through reviews and through Disney World videos, and then they stay for the day in the life. So that's just the interesting like backstory of statistics for you. But anyways, so that's what's going on around here. Sorry if I got a little bit sappy at the beginning, but it was a rough year. And I don't think I really showed it in any videos, and there wasn't even really anything that I could talk about that was something that was worth making a video about. A lot of it was just internal personal stress brought on by the external things going on around me, or like outer exterior family things going on that weren't my story to tell. So you know, it's just hopefully 2016 will be a lovely, lovely, cheery year. That's what I'm hoping for. So a lot of joy, a lot of peace. I'm ready to get my on. I love yoga. I did yoga for years. I mentioned doing yoga in some sort of video, and someone was like, take it easy when you start it. Like, she didn't know I'd done it a whole bunch before. I'm like, yeah, trust me, I know. Because yoga is one of those deceptive things that it looks like, oh, yo, downward dog, how easy is that? And then like you can't walk the next day. So I'm ready to ease back into yoga, even though I've done yoga for a number of years. In the past, I think I haven't done yoga in a couple years now. Maybe since, I don't remember whether I've done, maybe a little bit. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I haven't done it in a couple years. So I'm starting basically like way back, like almost at a basically beginner level. So that's that. Let me know if you have any questions down below. 2016 should be a doozy, y'all. It should be a doozy. Let me know if you have any questions, because I will do a question and answer coming up. Don't ask me about any of the family drama, because I'm not gonna talk about it if it's not my story to tell. But other than that, Hopefully you have a wonderful new year, a wonderful time, and I will see you in 2016. Thanks for watching. Bye.